Hi, so I thought I'd do a little video today of what I actually do for work here in Russia as an expat, an Englishman. And what I do is I put pile foundation, and you may have seen that. So I thought I'd show you a little bit while I'm here. I'm on my own today because my partner in crime is on another foundation and he's got like a few I think he's got 4 piles to put in, then he's going to cut them down, then he's going to come here. So this is one that I didn't start, but I'm here today to finish it off. Lack of personnel, so I've only got, I think, 10, 12, 13 piles to put in, something like that. So I'll show you this, I'll turn you around and show you the machine that I'm using today. This is our machine today. We nicknamed it Terminator. Is his name, and what it is, it's a pile machine, same as the other ones you've seen in videos, but this one's a bit different. It's a hybrid. It's basically a normal, I think it started off as a Stromatic, and it's ended up as this thing. And basically what happens is they took the motor out, and it wasn't us who did this, it was whoever we bought it from, and they put in a Lada motor. It's a Jiggly motor, but it's a right old hybrid. See, that's a Jiggly motor in there, and that runs the gearboxes underneath there, right way under there, and it works fine, but it's had a lot of problems. It's actually fell over on me completely, arse over tit, and the reason was that these legs, when it was original, the motor was inside a little motor, and the legs were welded on here about halfway. And so when they put this extension on, it was back end heavy, if you know what I mean, and it went over backwards. And so now we've had the legs taken off from there and re-welded on here. We put on the back here, so a bit more even, and you can see where it actually split there. The legs went under it. Look, it came down. I don't have the photos of it, but it came down on some sandy ground. That didn't actually destroy anything. It didn't land on anybody's house, thank God, or anybody. But that's the hybrid Terminator, and that's what I'm at today. So it's a nice area, this. If you are interested in this type of place, this is what they call a kotage posolek, which means it's like kind of the wooden houses, well, the majority of them, and it's would traditionally have been dachas, but these now people living in permanently, full time. And this is a place called Russia, which is St. Petersburg, very close to the town. Actually, it's not very far away. It's about 20 kilometers from the town, so what's that, about 10, 12 miles something. And you can see that it's developing very well. They got these. When I first came here to this area, I was working up there on a foundation, and there was just one foundation. This was absolutely just fields, and it's absolutely took off. There's like hundreds of houses. It's just amazing what's happened here in a short space of time. And there's a big chemical factory up there as well. That was just being built when I last came here, and now it's in full swing. So you can imagine. But like all these places, all these kotage posoleks, they all have their problems. There's no gas here and there's no water here, so people are forced to use electric or solid fuel, which is not great. So mainly electric, all electric houses, which makes it expensive to run them. You can imagine. Okay, the price here in Russia is a lot cheaper. It's around about 4.5 rubles a kilowatt hour, which is I don't know what that is in English. It's about 4 pennies a kilowatt hour. There you go. So there you go. So it's about, so for a full house, you would expect to pay in summertime about 10 to 20 pounds a month in electric bills, and in summer in winter that can obviously double if you've got electric heating. But even so, it's still, I think it's still much cheaper than the West. But yeah, this is. You can see this plot here has not been touched yet. But I'm sure next time I come back here, this will all be full of houses. They're all different. That's one of the beauties of Russia, is you can build what you like. There's no regulation on what you can build. Nothing's got to be the same. There's no inspectors going to come out. It's a lot more freedom to do what you want. You can be really creative. You see some really creative structures, but these are basically standard. A bit like I'm building. This one here is a bit like what I'm building. Single story, imitation roofs, which the old log houses, they imitate it with this siding, thin siding, and then one over here in blocks. But the majority of them are all carcass frame housing. Majority of them, very, very popular frame housing here because it's cheap. Well, cheaper. That's obviously to build that block house there. You got to get specialists in. Where if you're building a frame house, a lot of people can do it themselves. There's one over there, and the distance being built for. Anyway, that's our Terminator. And I've got to get back to it. So I hope you enjoyed this little video, little slice of life in the building trade and the construction industry in Russia. If you like it, don't forget to like and subscribe. Trying to get to 100 subscribers at the moment, and get the channel in swing and make it successful. Okay, see you later. Not sure how this video is going to come out, but I'm going to try and do this one-handed and show you how I manipulate this machine and get it into position. So I've got a line running up there where the next road is going to go, so I need to get it some gas, and then I can move it on. Give some more gas. The good thing about this machine is that I can't hold the gas. The good thing about this machine is it'll turn in any kind of when you get the gas right, it'll turn on any kind of ground. Even a lot of the machines, they really struggle with grass. The grass sort of fixes onto the caterpillar tracks, and then it can't go forward. You can't swirl. But this one's really, really strong, and it's basically got digger type caterpillar tracks on it, so it's really effective like that. And it's got a really comfortable place to stand and control it. It's not everyone's favourite machine because it takes a bit of, because it's a hybrid, it takes quite a bit of operating to get used to it. And everything's bent on it, so not everyone's favourite, but I like it. So once I get down to the constantly fiddling with the revs because it's a bloody. So once I got it into position, I've got that practically centre. You see that thing bent, so I've now got to just use the control from this side and get it into position without running myself over. It's always a challenge. Line it up with that nail there. That's called, that nail's called, that marker's called a kotage in Russian. If I was doing this two-hander, I'd have the revs up a bit. Where I can, in fact, I'm going to get the revs up a bit because I haven't got the strength to move it around. Give it some revs. Now I can manoeuvre it a bit better. There we are. Get out some. Once I've got it basically in position, then I can bring it down to the last tiny bit, like that, move that back a bit, move it back a bit, until it's in position, and then we get something like that. I'm not quite satisfied with that. I'm still not satisfied. I'm down to this one-handed. little bit. Still a little bit of adjustment. So that's about it in the middle. So now I need to bring it forward a bit, and just by eyesight, I need that to be about 7.5 centimeters from the edge of that, from that nail to the edge of the, from here to here, needs to be about 7.5 centimeters, and that needs to be in the center. It's a bit bent, so it's about right now. Happy with that. Once I go into that position and I'm in position, then reduce the revs a bit and change that lever there, and I can get the legs down. The legs, what I use to level the machine up, I need to get a bit more revs, a bit faster. I'm constantly messing with the back ones coming down now, and the other corner over there. There we go. Then they're on a diagonal, so like that. Then I bring up the tail, we call it tail hostic. Bring that into position. Once that's in position, and then get a level and just make sure that we're on level and we're okay there, and I check that way as well, and if that's not right, then I can level it up with the legs here a bit until it's dead on. Yeah, that's okay, and that's okay. Once that's in level, then I can bring the hammer up. Once the hammer's up, then I can then, now this is what I've got to do it with two hands, so I'm going to have to put this down, and I'll try and balance the phone so where you can see how it's, how I basically undo that, clip it onto a pile, drag the pile up here and put it in position, which you've seen with the other machine, which if you watch the videos when I put my foundation, it's exactly the same process. So yeah, but that's Terminator, as you can see. It's a bit of a beast. Not everyone likes it, but it has some big advantage, especially in the winter time. On the other machines, snow gets into the drive wheel there, and then it throws the track off. With this machine, you don't have that problem. And also on the other machines, the wheels are fixed in with what do you call it? Podshevnik. I forgot what they call them. Sorry. Things that go around. I've forgotten what they call them in English. But anyway, the snow gets in there and they disintegrate basically. This doesn't have any of that problem. So bearing, that's what they are, bearings. Yeah, they're fixed on with bearings, and the snow gets into them and they fires them out and they just destroy them. We're constantly replacing them. Well, this doesn't have that problem. They are bearings, but they're fixed and they're inside and they don't come apart. So a big advantage in the winter on this machine, and this machine's a big advantage. It'll move on any kind of ground. It really will turn on a pin. But yeah, it does have its problems. But, that's Terminator anyway. So I'll try and add some more onto this video as I go through. But I'm on my own and it's difficult to film when I'm on my own. Once I've got the pile over, then I use two controls to get it in position. I'll show you that. Don't fall over. Hopefully that recorded okay, but it's in position now, so can reduce the revs a little bit and I can set the controls. That takes the pressure, that one takes the pressure off the thing, and that gives me control over the hammer, but you can see it's not quite sitting right, so I have to just sort of wiggle it a bit till it drops in. That's it, it's in now. So now I can give it a couple of taps. I'm going to give it a bit of revs, give it a couple of taps. Reduce the revs again, and then I can check for level. You can see we're a bit off, so I'm then going to change that control, and it gives me control to the legs. And then I can see if it's level. It's not. I normally do this with two hands, one hand holding the level, one hand holding, one hand controlling it, but filming, so swapping about. So they can, that's it, we're level there, that way now. And then on the other way, I have to go the other direction, like that. Check that. And still a bit more. I can come up this way. Still fiddling about, getting it right. A little bit more this way, and then check it again. Yeah, we're on now. We're on that direction as well. Once I've got it in two directions, so level, it's in the right spot. Probably get some revs. Take that, and I can hammer the thing in place with this thing here. That hammer is 2.2 tons on this pile. It's a bit slow to revs. I can really up the revs and make it a bit quicker, but in this hot weather I don't want to blow the engine up really. But 2.2 tons, it bangs it in very nicely. This is hard ground here, by the way, and even so it bangs them in quite fast. Very heavy hammer. And I keep doing that, keep hammering it away. I can do little taps or big taps. After a little while, you can tell when it's time to check see if it's in the right position. So after a while, come back and just check. You can see it's just off a little bit there, and off a bit there. So I need to come forward a bit. So move that forward a little bit, that way a little bit, and then check it again. And we should be not far off at that. A little bit more. A little bit more. And we're dead on. And that's it. I can now bang that in practically all the way. I will check it when it's near the bottom, but basically I can bang that in all the way now. It's not going to go anywhere. If it was the lighter machine, you'd have to keep checking because it'll bounce around a bit. Because this is such a heavy hammer, it tends to knock them in and they stay in place. So, a bit slow to raise the hammer, but it bangs them in quick. Okay, I think that's the end of this video. I've not much more to show you. If you enjoyed it, if you like this thing, then give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, make it grow, and carry on with my project. Once I've put a few more thousand of these in, got some money together, and go back to my project. Okay, see you later.